Yeah, I don't think I realised how good he was until I actually played with him. Yeah, senior footy with your one of your best mates is just can't really ask for much more, can you? Gerard Torres, and I'd probably say Coutinho as well. That was more like a recent one. They're also key to my development because they allowed me to go away to the UK obviously and get my taste of that with obviously like Gillingham and then Millwall. If you play in Jersey, you know who you're playing against. So you're in a mindset of if it's going to be a tough game or an easy game, you kind of know who you're playing against. Whereas England, it's completely like random. You don't know who you're playing against. I'm happy to obviously be the top goal. I don't know how long I've got there. Obviously, with Lawn and that scoring, and obviously 2 steps from the Bulls is obviously what I've challenged myself. And yeah, it's going good. I'm enjoying my time there.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sportscast Jersey. Today we are joined by Sol Solomon, now over in Liverpool playing for Marine. How you doing, Sol?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, mate. Yeah, all good.
Good stuff. We'll take it right back to when you were a kid. What are your kind of first memories of playing football, kicking the ball around?
My first memories playing football probably just with my dad in like the garden and stuff like that. My dad and obviously Luke was my uncle. But that's all like really early, but competitive or not competitive, but like in an actual team, probably I think it was the Trinity Minis. I think it was like a one-off up at St Paul's little competition. I remember playing in there with Joe Kilshaw, and yeah, that was probably my real first memory of
Yeah,
football
yeah.
team.
In terms of Luke, we'll touch on Luke a bit. How good was it having him as kind of your role model growing up, seeing him play for Scottish throughout the years as well?
Yeah, now obviously it's a good role model to have because he's quite good, isn't he? So, but yeah, I don't think I realised how good he was until I actually played with him, kind of thing. Obviously, I used to watch him near enough every game and that, but yeah, I didn't realise how good he actually was and how much like respect everyone has for him. So obviously he's doing something right.
Yeah, for sure. And you touched on Kilshaw as well there as well. You've obviously grown up with him. You played balls with him before you left. How good was that growing up and playing with him throughout the years?
Yeah, now obviously it's good to play with obviously one of your best mates throughout all the age groups really, and then obviously Jersey Bulls first team, and it's just yeah, senior footy with your one of your best mates is just can't really ask for much more, can you?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously a Liverpool fan. Um, who did you look up to as a kid on the TV?
Um, obviously Gerrard's the go-to, obviously, especially when I was growing up. He was probably in his peak, I'd say. But Fernando Torres as well. He's probably one of the main ones before he left and went to Chelsea. Obviously, was gutted when he went, but yeah, Gerard Torres, and I'd probably say Coutinho as well. That was more like a recent one.
Yeah,
Because obviously I was playing in a similar position to Coutinho when I first started playing senior football. So I kind of just tried to model my game off him a bit. But yeah, nah, Coutinho is definitely up there. And then he left also.
yeah, all leaving. How about outside of Liverpool? Is there anyone that really stands out?
Uh, Obviously Messi, but he's not human, is he? He's obviously the best ever. So other than to be fair, I like Neymar.
Yeah,
I, they're like the top two outside of Liverpool. I'd say that I like to watch. If they're on the TV, I'll watch them. But other than them two, I wouldn't really say there's many.
yeah, for sure. Club level, you obviously spent a lot of time at St. Peter's. How big were they in your kind of development? And obviously, your dad was your coach for a long time as well. But how big was the club for your
Yeah,
development?
yeah. Now they're also key to my development because they allowed me to go away to the UK obviously and get my taste of that with obviously like Gillingham and then Millwall. But obviously they helped me a lot, and with the senior football as well, playing in England which was obviously different to the local league. It kind of toughened me up a bit, I'd say, a bit more, because you don't know what you expect. Obviously, it's tougher over there. It's more physical, and you just got to get used to it. Because it's a one-off game, and obviously we won it, luckily enough. But yeah, I think that helped me a lot throughout my development.
Yeah, for sure. And how important would you say is going over and playing teams that, obviously in Jersey it's small, you know the teams, you know the players. How important is it to go into that unknown and challenge yourself?
Yeah, and obviously I think it is key because if you play in Jersey, you know who you're playing against. So you're in a mindset of whether it's going to be a tough game or an easy game. You kind of know who you're playing against. Whereas England, it's completely like random. You don't know who you're playing against. You don't know how good they are or how bad they are. You just got to go and see what happens, I guess.
In those St. Peter's days, you obviously played with a lot of players. Who are your kind of standout players all the way through, and when you played senior football as well?
Standout players. To be fair, I played with Toby Ritzma.
Yeah,
Obviously, at the start, he obviously weren't up to much, like, but I think that was come with his development and that it was like getting big and that. But now he's top player. I enjoyed playing with him and James Carr as well. Obviously, we kind of broke in. I would say break in, but we kind of started playing senior football at the same time. So it was us three like playing with St. Peter's like first team. We kind of stuck together and that. But I'd say they were the standouts for me when I was playing St. Peter's. Obviously Luke and that, but I think that goes without saying.
yeah, for sure.
But from my younger days when I was like under 16s playing, obviously under 18s, it was quite a good team. I wouldn't say there's like individuals. I'd say there's like a good group of players. Obviously went on to win pretty much everything, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that team. Was a few years above you in that team, and I remember the team
Yeah.
was just class. Um, Going on to Jersey Bulls a bit now. How good was that transition into playing local league to in England every week or against English teams every week?
Yeah, no, yeah, no, it was a good transition. To be fair, I think it was needed, especially for the talented players we've got in Jersey. I think the league was getting a bit stale. I think at the time because obviously there was St Paul's. They just won everything, didn't they? But yeah, no, I was obviously joining up with the lads and playing week in week out against English teams in the English system is obviously was decent, and I think it was what it's made us all better players. I'd say, and now we're consistently challenging for promotion or whatever. And yeah, I think it was needed.
Yeah, for sure. You obviously did quite well in your time with Bulls. You're still the top scorer. How proud are you of that, and how glad are you that you did net so many goals?
Yeah, and obviously I'm happy to obviously be the top goal scorer. I don't know how long I've got there. Obviously with Lorne and that scoring loads of goals, but yeah, obviously I was delighted to be the top goal scorer. But I think I'm always my worst critic. I feel like I could have scored loads more in my time at the Bulls, and yeah, I was quite disappointed in my record. I can't lie. I thought I wanted to be 1-1,
Yeah,
so like 70 goals, 70 games. But yeah, nah, obviously it's a good thing being top goal scorer, but yeah, obviously I could have done better, I think.
yeah, for sure. That shows just your mindset as well. How good as well was Gary and Kev? Obviously, the two behind the scene and all the team behind the scenes as well. How good and important are they to what's going on the field?
Yeah, and obviously with my time at St Peter's, Gary obviously brought me into the first team, so I kind of knew what Gary was about as a manager. Obviously, he's very like tactically aware of what he's doing. Always puts on like sessions in training, which were top draw. And then you got like Kev, he's more of an arm round the shoulder, more one of the lads I'd say, gets involved in all that the banter and stuff. So yeah, it's a good mix to have, and yeah, they're top coaches at my time there.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, Moving on to Marine, what made you move firstly over to Liverpool, but also made you make the step into Marine themselves?
Well, I moved to Liverpool obviously for my uni and stuff, but obviously I think obviously Harry Curtis over here, and I feel like him and Daryl Mavalo having them obviously helped because obviously they're my like two good mates, and I can be around them, so it wasn't on my own kind of thing. So yeah, that helped me move, and then yeah, Marine was just they were just interested, and I thought I had nothing to lose kind of thing. And obviously, two steps from the Bulls is obviously what I challenge myself, and yeah, it's going good. I'm enjoying my time there, and I feel like I've adapted to the league and the physicality and fitness and everything. But yeah, no, I'm happy with my decision.
Yeah, have you noticed that real step up in physicality and that side of the game?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like with the leagues over here, it's a lot more running. You've got to be fit, otherwise you stand out. And also the physicality that just goes without saying. You're coming up to lads who just who that's how they played the whole like career, kind of trying to bully people, I suppose. But no, yeah, I've relished the challenge and I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure. And you still bad goals. I was looking on the Marine website, and your top goal scorer there this season as well, if that's right, and they're up to date.
Yeah.
How good's that been, and how glad are you that you've been scoring goals over there in the new league?
Yeah, no, I'm glad I've hit the ground running. Kind of. I was obviously a bit worried if I come in and I hadn't not scoring or whatever, but no, yeah, I'm enjoying how we play and how we're doing so far. Obviously, at the minute we're in a bit of a bad rut, but I'm sure we got the players in and around the team to get us out of that rut and obviously moving in the right direction again. Hopefully, I can help with scoring goals.
Yeah, for sure. How have you gelled in with the team, and how's the manager been with you as well, just settling in?
Yeah, nah, they've been top draw. I was obviously dead worried to come over about the lads. I always am when I go away to new places. I think it can be a hostile environment sometimes, but it's been completely different at Marine. I feel like it's just a good group of lads who are your mates as well as who you play football with as well. So I think that's helped me, and I think the manager as well, all the backroom staff as well, have just taken me in since I've got here really and made me feel comfortable and welcome. So yeah, just decent.
Brilliant. Final question. What are your kind of goals for football this season and then going into the future as well?
I think this season just want to score as many goals and help set up as many goals as I can, and obviously hopefully get us into the playoffs and pushing in there and see what happens. But further, I'm not too sure. Hopefully, playing in a full time setup kind of thing with a team, hopefully in the leagues. But we just got to keep our head down till the end of the season, I suppose. Keep scoring goals and just see what happens.
For sure, mate. I'm sure a lot of Jersey Bulls fans and mates back home will be watching this. So, what's your kind of message, especially to the Jersey Bull fans, for their support over the years as well?
Nah, just a big thank you to them. Obviously, they've made me feel like like so welcome when I was there. Obviously, with the songs and that, the top draw, they are a special bunch of fans, and obviously, yeah, hopefully get them a trip to Wembley in the FA Vars and get them up out of step five. I think they deserve it, and yeah, hopefully I can be there to watch.
Happy days, mate. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time.
Nice one, no worries, mate.
Cheers. That was Sportscast Jersey. That was Sol Solomon, and a new episode is coming soon.